Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Let's see. We are live. Chiron, hey, what's up, Chiron? How are you? Do you hear me okay? Is everything good? Is the music too loud, maybe? Let me see. Oops. Okay. Should be okay. I am working on my game.
Should be okay.
Let me lower my phone so it doesn't bleed into the mic. Yeah, I'm working on my game, Conquest. Actually, is the title even working properly? Let me see. I don't do these very often, so I don't really have the hang of it. But yeah, everything seems to be working fine. Alright, pretty good. Yeah, I'm working on my game right now, and I kind of am just free for the day, so I thought I would just stream it and, you know, help anyone out if they need help. You know. But essentially, we have a to-do list. Well, I have a to-do list of things I need to work on, and I'm just going to be doing them, and that's it. I'm just going to be chilling. Nothing crazy. But how are you, Mr. Chiron? What are you up to right now? Let's see if this works. I wish there was a way for me to see the chat on my computer. Let me see. Instead of my phone. 'Cause it's so small on my phone. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, that works. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Was planning to go to sleep, but just saw your stream. Oh, okay, okay. Nah, man, you go to sleep. Sleep's important for you. But thanks for stopping by and saying hello. So basically, I mean, I haven't updated my game in like 2 weeks now. I've been working on adding in a new game mode settings, right? So essentially we have, well, I don't have any maps yet, but I have game mode selection, I have map selection, and then I have modifiers, so you could choose what map you want to play, what game mode you want to play, if it's regular, team deathmatch, or free-for-all deathmatch. And then I have these modifiers that you'll be able to choose, you can vote for, and then whoever, whatever gets the most votes, it selects those modifiers for the game, and it kind of changes how the game gets played. Like if you don't want any infinite ammo, it's like obvious one, you don't have to reload. You could enable gliders, which is off by default, things like that. Or if you don't want anything, you could just vote for vanilla, and then it'll have the normal rules. So that's what I've been working on the last couple weeks, and everything is pretty much good to go. This is a bit of a temporary map that I'm using as a placeholder for now to test some things out. And I will be importing an actual map very soon. But for the time being, I am just kind of tidying up everything. It's all kind of like the last, the last 10% is usually the most tedious stuff to work on, but very necessary. So let me see what I gotta do. I want to have a ready up phase after the voting ends, so I guess we'll just do that right now. Let me see. Let's do a copy of this. Let me see if I open the notes. You guys see the notes, right? Yeah, you do. Alright, nice. So right now, I guess let's go over what the thing I'm trying to implement is. Sometimes I like to stream it in case someone would be interested in seeing how I do things, kind of like in a live manner. A lot of my videos, I end up doing the logic beforehand. But essentially, if I were to pick like some game mode and modifiers, I'm essentially just sitting here for about a minute, waiting for all the players to ready up. And I want to have some way to, have a ready up system. Because I have a ready up system when we actually load into the game. But before we load into the game, like officially, I don't have a ready up system. So I kind of want to implement that really quick. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Essentially, I would just have to make this timer go down to like 5 seconds once everyone's readied up, and then the game can begin. So I do already have a ready up button. This one, and this is used for what's already it already exists in another part of the logic. So I'm gonna just create a copy, so I have another button just for the waiting phase. And so I have a UI handler script, or node graph I should say. So when the voting phase ends, I'll just activate it right away, let people press it. Yeah. A lot of the rework I had to do lately was because of the new game modes. So I have these branches that I always have to check what game mode I'm playing and then change the logic accordingly. And so a lot of my existing logic had to be rewritten to allow for this. And that took like 4 or 5 days of work just to rewrite everything. Now let me see. Waiting area. I'll probably create a signal here. Another one. We'll call player ready waiting phase. I don't think it matters what entity I pass in. I'll do it as a precaution for now in case I need it. But essentially I have a waiting area script or a node graph that takes care of all the logic that needs to happen during the waiting phase, which is after everyone votes. And it's here, so what I'll do is, let me see, how do I do the UI press for this? Yeah, essentially it's the same logic here. Actually, I might as well just do the same thing here. Basically the same logic, just a slightly different signal and things like that. Composite index. Yep. Okay. Good. So you click on the button. It sends a signal that the player is ready in the waiting phase. Then in the waiting phase, we'll just listen to the signal. Let's make some space down here. Now my waiting phase keeps track of how many registered players there are, or what the expected player count is. So what I'll do is, we'll have a node graph variable that just has the amount of readied players. Starts off at 0 readied. And then when this signal comes in, we'll just increase that variable by 1. This is actually something, I think this was like the last tutorial I uploaded on the channel, was like a ready up system thing. So this is basically just that, slightly simplified though. And then we'll just check the readied players, and we'll check the, let me see, what is this, the expected players? Okay. We'll just compare the two. Oops, it's not greater, equal. Now, if this is true, if the amount of readied players is equal to the expected players, then we'll basically do this logic, which reduces our waiting phase timer to 5 seconds. Which is also something I did in my tutorial video. You know, I might as well make this a composite node because I need to do this for the stage entity as well. The stage entity has a copy of this timer to display for other UI. So let's go ahead and make it a composite node. So I could just quickly do the same logic for the stage entity. Target entity is the same. Minimum value is going to be the value that we, you know, if I want the global timer to go to 5 seconds, we'll make it go to 5 seconds, but if it's already under, then it's not going to go under, it's not going to affect it. Oh, and we do need a timer name, of course, as well. Okay, there we go. So we have, what's the timer name? Waiting phase timer, minimum value of 5 for the target entity, which is the self entity, waiting area entity. And then we'll just do the exact same thing, but we'll do it for the stage entity. And this way we don't have to rewrite so much logic. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Might as well just get rid of this and paste in the same thing. For my dev mode, there's something you guys should do, by the way, helps a lot, is you have like a dev mode so that you can bypass certain things. So like if I'm in dev mode, I'll just make the timer go to 5 seconds so I don't have to wait the whole waiting period, you know, things like that. Very helpful to have. But okay, so I click the button, I send a signal, increase the readied players, and then if the readied players is equal to the expected players, we'll lower the waiting phase timer, and that should be it. I just want to make sure I got the UI side of things correct. I click this thing. That is the right one, right? Yeah, it is. Player ready, waiting phase. Yeah, we don't actually need a readied player here. I'll keep it anyway, just in case I will need it in the future, but to be honest, nah, actually, let's just get rid of it. There's no need to pass info that we don't need. I wonder if my other one does have it. And then get rid of this. Alright, cool. And then when the voting phase ends, we're showing it. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, so let's do FFA, something else, chosen game mode, fantastic. Now, readied up, click it, and there we go, the timer goes down. Very good. Nice. Alright, so that works. Now, I do need to get rid of the mini-map. Well, rather, I should change the... I don't want to get rid of it, I should probably just change it. So I should take... Well, that's when the map is actually complete. But essentially, yeah, this is how my deathmatch mode works. You have different weapon spawners that you can pick up different weapons. 10 seconds, I think, is the waiting time for these things. And then, yeah, you just kind of pick up weapons as you go. If there's something nearby that you want to try out, you can try it out. Otherwise, you just battle it out. Now the current objective seems to be broken. It says 0 solo kills, which I'm not sure why it says 0. Pretty sure that was working not too long ago, so. Because I know I have like a dev mode thing in there where if I'm in dev mode it should say something like just 1 or 5 or something. Let's go check it out. Should probably be in my deathmatch logic. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's because I'm playing by myself. So max pre-team size is gonna be 1. Alright, let's move things over a bit. Let me just fix this up. In this case, we'll make it like 1, doesn't matter. I mean, the logic still works in a normal game, but it's good to know that this was the issue. Yeah, okay, that's good. Oh wait, is my... Okay. Oh right, I have to... I keep forgetting, I have to actually minimize, otherwise you guys don't see the game. Oh, someone's chatting. Hi, cool to see your... Oh wait, sorry. Hi, cool to see someone doing a Miliastra dev stream. Also can't believe how you saw your game and decided to steal your idea. Yeah, I mean... You know, it actually might play in my favor a little bit. Because... You know, it's gonna kind of bring in a lot of people maybe interested into the gun mechanics a little bit. And so... It might actually help my game in that sense where people will start being more familiar with the concept of guns and stuff. You know, most of the people who play Genshin actually don't know anything about guns. They've never played a game like that before. So it might actually pan out pretty well. It's possible. Let's see, this is cooldown. Yes, it does do a cooldown. Nice. Okay. Alright, let's retry a couple things. So right now I'm just kind of testing a bunch of different unrelated things. For example, if I were to do limited utility, let's ready up. And now if I equip, oh, it doesn't actually, huh. Okay, let me go check out the node graph really quick. Yeah, there's this weird thing with OBS where even if I'm not tabbed into the node graphs like this, if I'm not tabbed into it and I go, yeah, even though I move the screen away, it's so weird. It doesn't show it. It's actually kind of weird. You don't see the game behind it for some reason. It just takes up the whole thing. I wonder how I could fix that, because that's really weird. Probably just like a desktop screen share, but I don't really want to do that either. I have to like actually minimize out of it. Like click the minus button and then it works. True, maybe we will also get better mouse support after it comes out in the main game. Honestly, I'm hoping for better controller support. Like the mouse support, I mean, there are a couple of weird issues when aiming sometimes. It's like a, kind of has like this weird smoothed out effect. It doesn't like take your input 100%. But I really wish we would have better controller support from Miliastra when it comes to this kind of stuff, because it's like dreadful to play right now if you're on controller. There's like some buttons that you can't remap and other buttons overlap with other buttons, and yeah, it's really difficult to have a joyful time. Let me see. So, did I not check? Okay, so this is here. Let me see, maybe it's called something different. Oh wait, if I drag it to the other screen, what happens? You guys still see it? Oh yeah, you guys still see it. Huh, okay, right, I have to minimize, can't forget that. So let me see. Limited utility. What did I set for this? Okay, so I think I just called it something different. It's not called limited stock, it's called limited utility. Okay, let's try one more time. Second. Let's see. Nice. Okay, so it does work. I just had the wrong name in. And now it does tell you if you equipped your weapon. Some people were confused in my game why there would be times where you take a pyro rifle from here, you'd come over here to equip a pyro rifle, and then the pyro rifle stays. And they didn't realize that it's because you have a pyro rifle already, so you're kind of swapping one for the other. So at least hopefully now it'll be a little more clear that you are equipping it. I don't know, like, although I could see how it is confusing, but the default way should now be, unless you pick the limited stock modifier, the default behavior should just be that nothing disappears and you can take whatever you want, and it'll just let you know if you picked it. We got our active modifiers, which is good. Now H works still. Yes, it does. Scoreboard still works. Okay, very good. Minimap. Alright, very good. Okay. So then what's next on the to-do list? Oh, sorry. Let me see. Spark, what did you say? I saw the post about the weird mouse smoothing stuff in the Discord. I've never played on controller, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, I guess I could give you an example of what it is. Though I do wonder... Hold on. let me just quickly see what I need to do next. Okay, so ready up. This is done. I have like a to-do list here on the side. So ready up is done. I wanted to add some more achievements. I wanted to have a mini-map. Okay, so things on the mini-map need a text. And then make weapon stands usable only by one team. Right, that is an issue that I needed to fix as well. But yeah, let me just quickly get into a game and I'll show you what the issue is with the mouse smoothing, because it is quite annoying. Alright, nice, this works, that's good. Alright, let's see if I can have it kind of malfunction on me a bit. It is a bit random too, I don't understand what triggers it. Let me see. I know some weapons, it happens more often than others. Like for example, right now there's no issue here. You can aim just fine. So it's a bit weird when it does happen. Essentially the issue is, like right now I can kind of like move diagonally perfectly fine. But there are times when the mouse kind of moves like this in steps. And when it does that, it's hard to aim, especially when you have a sniper. I wonder why it's not happening now. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, so you're gonna see right here. You can see that it kind of moves in steps like this. It like smooths out the movement too. Like I'm not actually doing anything. I just move my mouse like a pixel to the left and it does like the whole movement for me. I'm not even moving it this much, and it's always in the exact same step amount as well. So if you try to move like diagonally, like it kind of does like the staircase. I don't know if it might be hard to see if you're watching on mobile, but it's incredibly difficult to aim precisely at all, because it always like moves you away a little bit. Like there's like a whole step that it has to do. So I can't actually, you see how I can't actually like aim at this grenade because it won't let me. So when this happens, it's kind of frustrating, and it's not anything that I can actually fix, because this is just like some weird thing that like right now, look, it's perfectly fine. I can very easily track the grenade, no issue. So when it does happen, it's really annoying. I just don't know what triggers it. And I already reported this to the staff, the tech staff. So we're just waiting for an answer from them, I guess. But yeah, I don't think it's ever happened on the Electro SMG. So what I'm thinking is maybe it has something to do with the FOV. Like I've never experienced it with the Electro SMG, and I think it's because the Electro SMG has a wider FOV. It happens very often with the sniper and with the deagle. I say very often, but it's like maybe 1 in 10 times or something, but that's still pretty often, especially if you're not, you know, tuned into, like if you're not expecting it. But yeah. And also it did say, it's a good thing that, because I'm watching this back on stream, it does say 1 solo kill there on the top, so that's good. It means that I fixed it with the UI. Alright, so we gotta do, let me see. I wanted to add more achievements, but honestly that might take a while to make. So what I'll do first is some of the more easy stuff, get the little tedious things out of the way first. Let's do Alright, so minimap stuff first. So what things are on the minimap? Let me see. Let's hide this. And let's get my map back in here. And these things. Okay. So I know this thing has a minimap icon marker right here. Okay, marker name. Gondola. Use this to travel from the hydro capture point to the pyro capture point and back. This is breakable by the enemy team when in use. Okay, so that's one thing. Let me see, minimap marker, here we go. Pyro oh wait, is this pyro capture? It is, yeah. Oh my god, the marker name only has like, what is this? That's all we get for a marker name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 characters for a marker name. Like, what can you possibly... What kind of meaningful text could you put in there for 8 characters? Okay, so these are the capture points. We have the pyro capture point, you know, the cryo, the hydro. So what can I put in here for... Pyro point. No, that doesn't fit either. Goodness. Objective? No, objective has 9 characters. Oh my god. What am I supposed to do here? I guess I could just do point, but like... That's so non-descriptive. I guess that's what the description is for, but like sometimes you just want to know what you're clicking on. Alright, let's just do pyro and say this is the pyro capture point. Go to it to capture points for your team. I guess this is fine. Although it's still a bit weird. Which one is this one? This is the Electro one? Okay. Yeah, so some of the tedious stuff we have to do here, but it's all for the better. Because a lot of people get confused when they click on it and they don't... Pyro flag? Well, it's not really a flag, but I mean... It's more of like an objective, like you go to capture points at the... It's like a capture point, so... Flag, I mean, it has a flag icon. I only use the flag icon because people... when I was using this icon with like 2 swords, the reason I did this is because I thought it would signify like, okay, you gotta go and battle over here. But a lot of people thought you had to attack the capture point, which was really hilarious to watch, but... I ended up changing it to this instead. Maybe this like marker waypoint would have been better, but I thought flag made more sense. Because it's like capture the flag almost, in a sense, you know? Point. Yeah, but point is like not a good one. I gotta think about what to change, what to make this. I don't know if flag really works either though. And it doesn't work for the other ones, like Electro for example. Like Electro itself is like 7. So I need something a little bit more generic than that. So we'll leave it at that for now. That's fine. This one is the cryo one. change it to something a bit later. For the time being, I guess the description is what's important because that's what you're probably gonna read anyway. What else has a, I know these levers have... yeah, they do. Name at marker, lever. Use this to activate the gondola. This will allow enemies to shoot it down. However, this will allow enemies to shoot it down. Or to, I guess, break it is probably a better word. And then same for this one over here. Okay, that works. I don't know if there's anything else that has, I know the ping feature. This one. You could do this. Oh, it already. Okay, so your teammate marked this location. Maybe it's important. I don't know. Although this is only going to be there for 5 seconds, but... Okay, I think that's all the mini-map icons I have that show up on the map, if I'm not mistaken. So for the time being, I'll mark that as complete. Unit status bar. So this is actually something I don't know how to do. And it looks like I'll have to put it underneath because there's notifications here. Let me see. Yeah. So I want to have, now that we have modifiers and stuff, I want to have like a little bar underneath here, under the health bar, that has icons that show you what unit statuses you're affected by. So I guess this is something we're just gonna learn about today, because I haven't done this before. So let's do that. Status display area. Okay. So this is something new. I haven't made a tutorial. Yeah, I haven't made a tutorial on this yet, so it's a good way to learn, I guess. Let me actually first see how this works. I'm assuming it's just like a regular list of stuff. And then you could link an icon as well. Okay. What are the nodes that we have available for this though? Let me see. Status. Nothing. Nothing? Okay. Does it just automatically appear? Oh, I have to... Oh, no, I have to define them each separately. Okay, so I need to basically kind of like hard code everything. Okay. That makes sense. So let's do a quick styling here. Unit status icon. Let's get an image in here. Is a name really necessary? I guess, nah, you're not going to be able to have text that small anyway. It'd be legible. What do we have? Default. Okay, so we don't have any other variations, just the default. Okay. And then for something that needs to be underneath the health bar, it's probably only going to be like, what, 24 by 24? Seems good enough. Yeah, let me just see if I could stretch that out. Let's do on the phone resolution here. Let's do 24 by 24 instead. Yeah, or 28. Maybe 28 works. Yeah, that might be fine. And then this is just going to be a dynamic reference. And then I'm assuming we can define formal variables. Yes, we can. Okay, great. So we're going to have unit status icon ID here. This is going to be the icon for the unit status that I want to display, because every every image has an ID that it's associated with. Right, so this one, for example, has 100, 123. And so we're going to make this dynamic. We're going to reference the... I should probably save this as something. Hold on. Actually, we could just keep it as status display area. That's fine. So status display area, we're going to reference this unit status icon ID, and then every single list item is going to have its own unit status icon ID that it references. So that's not so bad. Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good. So as an example, let's do infinite stamina as one of them. And then let's try to find a good image for this. Try to get some icons in here. Is there anything that symbolizes stamina? I guess this does, but this symbolizes that you have stamina, not infinite stamina. Maybe like a boot? Nah, that's more like a movement speed type thing. Oh, okay. Nah, I mean, this is still kind of movement speed type thing. I don't know, is there anything good for stamina? Not sure, actually. I guess we could probably do this one. Because this is just like you running. Yeah, I guess that's not so bad. Even though it is a bit of like a movement speed bonus thing, but I feel like the boot, some of these boot icons work better for movement speed bonuses anyway. So let's go with this one for infinite stamina. So this one is 103, 144. So you basically go to this one and you'll go 103, 144. Is that what that was? Yeah, it was. Oh, you could copy it. Okay. And then you just paste it in here. Now you'll have to link it to a unit status. So let's go ahead and let me look at this one. Stamina. No. Okay. Let me see which one I have made. Because I already have all the unit statuses made. I just got to reference the correct one. So default unit status, let's see here. Okay, so it looks like this one, movement adjustment. This is the movement speed increase, and you don't have any I guess this is like a 2-in-1 combo that I made here because they were related to movement adjustments. It kind of doesn't make sense here, I guess. But this is like default movement speed, so it's not even like I give them like a... Yeah, I think this will be fine. So what you do here is you go to... Let me see. Yeah, you select this, add status to status display area, and then you reference the status display area that you want to reference it for. Click save, and then let's go back in here. Okay, and then you click on the one that you want to reference. Okay. Perfect. So now this unit status will have this unit status icon that we assign for it. And these are going to be 28 by 28 without any padding. We probably need a little bit of spacing. Let's give it like 2 on the X. That should be fine. Now for the height, we're going to make it 28, but for the width, we can make it as long as we want down here. Let's make it something like 225. Now we'll make it like 275. Okay, that's good. And then we can bring it towards the bottom underneath here. Maybe like 150. 35. Nice. Okay, 35 works. So just going to be a bunch of unit statuses here. The thing is, I do anticipate in having a lot of unit statuses. So what I could do instead, let's see. Yeah, let's actually make these slightly smaller. And we'll make it wrap. So for example, fill direction is horizontal, so it's going to go this way. And then, yeah, if you add enough items, it's going to wrap around like this. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and make that a bit smaller. Alright, very good. Anchored it correctly, yep. So okay, this should be fine. What about on a 16 by 9? Okay, so it looks like no matter... Okay, so the HP bar always stays the same amount no matter the screen size, so that's good. Nice, I think that looks good. We might want to separate them on the Y just a little bit as well. Like, give them a little bit of spacing between them. 2 pixels is fine, I guess. And then let's get rid of all of these now. Well, I guess I don't have to get rid of them. I could just overwrite them right now. So I have infinite stamina. Okay, what else are we working with here? So it's probably a good idea for me to take a screenshot of these and some. Well, okay, let's do it this way. I have to add this to every single one. That's going to be a bit of a pain, but alright. Tedious work needs to be done. This one's already done. No fall damage. That's a default thing that I have. Now you see for this one, spawn protection, you only have it for 4 seconds after you spawn. So this unit status is going to appear and disappear as the game progresses, like whenever you spawn. And I also got to make it so that when you leave the spawn area, it goes away as well. It's something I have to work. Let me just write that down. Remove spawn protection when leaving spawn. Was it hard to do the teammate choosing system at the beginning? Yeah. It was. Wait, hold on. Actually, Spark said something I didn't even realize. Maybe like the. Wait, what? Maybe like a battery icon. Oh, for the sprinting infinite stamina. Okay, I'll take a look at that one again. But yeah, it was kind of hard to make it because Well, I had to sit and think like how I wanted to do it, because I'm a guy who likes to make systems. I don't like to hard code anything, so I like to make a lot of the node graphs do the work for me. So I was trying to come up with a good way of doing it. Essentially how it works under the hood is every player has, I guess let me show you. Okay, so it's actually up here. So everyone has this information on them, a group leader, the teammates that they have, and anyone that invited them. Now the reason I have teammate entities and teammate IDs, and then same thing, inviter entities, inviter IDs, is because the IDs are used for in the UI, since they will show certain, well, the UI uses indexes like integers. So this like these two variables are for the UI, whereas these two variables are for the logic itself. And then the group leader is, you can either be your own group leader, or if you join someone else's party, they will become your group leader. And then there's a whole bunch of logic once the game starts. It looks at everyone's group leaders, it looks at all of their teammates, it tries to basically fit in everyone that it can. And if there's no space, it'll kind of like disassemble the team and put them into their own teams. And it's like, yeah, it is quite complicated, and there are some bugs with it that I can't seem to figure out. And I don't know, like I went through my node graph so many times, I couldn't figure out the issue. But it does seem like there is occasionally, sometimes the team generation will create uneven teams where it's off by more than one. So for example, like I do allow a 3v2, but I don't allow a 4v2, but sometimes you'll have a 4v2 or a 5v2 or something like that. And that's kind of something that I don't understand why it happens. But yeah, it did take like a whole day for me to really think about how I want to create the system. And then once I was good with creating the system, like once I had it all mapped out in my head, it took me another day to actually implement the whole thing. And then like a couple like tests here and there, you know. Yeah, it is an odd bug. I did figure out that there was an issue, like, I don't know how it happens, but I realized that on occasion, the group leader is sometimes, it's sometimes nothing. It's assigned to no entity. It's like an empty entity. So the only thing that I could think of is like someone loads in late and isn't assigned a team on time. But I have to test it. The thing is, I don't have enough people to test play with sometimes, so I can't really like get to the bottom of what the bug is. So I'm just kind of letting it exist for now while I work on all this other stuff. Oh, so you actually play the game. That's pretty cool. Nice. I'm happy you enjoy it. Also, what was I doing? Oh yeah, the unit statuses. Okay. Alright. I really wish there was some better way of doing this than just having to go on every single unit status and click the same button. Like there can't be like a check mark or something, like well, yeah, essentially like I had to make like a whole UI for it. Let me show it to you. Right here. Essentially I had to make this. I'm like basically reinventing like the teammate system, that Genshin has. You know what I mean? Like you can ready up, or you could invite people to your team before the game, right? Before you join the game, and then once you join the game, there's like another team creation. I basically had to like recreate it. So yeah, it was rather complex to like figure out initially like how to do it. But okay, so let me see here. Is there a battery icon? Because you were suggesting a battery icon for the infinite stamina. Let me see. Okay, I don't see anything here. Mr. Spark, do you have a an icon in mind, or were you just kind of like throwing something out there, like if it exists type thing? Mr. Spark, Mrs. Spark? Okay, I guess there's like this energy type, like a lightning thing that works. Anything bigger? Yeah, I guess that could work. Oh, okay, okay. I guess this could work. Yeah? Infinite stamina. And then maybe I could color it yellow or something. But, ugh, that's actually going to be a pain in the butt to do. I have to make like a custom asset. Wait, what's up? Do the trash icon, but flip the one that kind of looks like a battery? Wait, what? These ones here? This one? Flip it? That kind of looks like some character, some like pixel art game character. Kind of reminds me of the mushroom in Mario. It has like the two eyes like that. Is that what you're talking about? This trash icon? I'm not sure if it's like super battery like. I mean this works fine. I guess we could work with this one. Put two. Oh, oh, that's what you meant. All right, let me try it out. Put two on top of each other. Like these? Or like this. Or like this. Oh my god, what did I make? I'm actually not too sure about this. Although I can see where you were going with it though. Maybe something like this? No, but it's fine. I think this one was fine. No worries there. Because it's gonna be a small icon, so it's gonna be like this, so it's gonna look fine. Yeah. Alright, now for this one, right, let me finish up with all the unit statuses. Disable gliding. Alright. Yeah, this is the annoying part of Miliastra, just the tedious stuff, but pyro application. Okay, this I don't need because that has default stuff. Modifiers, disable sprint. Okay. double HP. If you guys have any cool modifier suggestions for the game, I'd be happy to hear you out. Because essentially I'm adding modifiers to, like, you can kind of choose if you want to change something about the game, like if you don't want to jump, or if you don't want I don't know, like you want infinite ammo, things like that. There's like some options. So if you guys have any cool suggestions for modifiers that you could vote on during the game, just let me know. Let me see. You saying you personally play with a shotgun? I found out it's the best gun in the game. You can literally spam with shotgun and more around. How about flashing invisibility? One shot, one kill. Every shot instant kills. You have to reload for 5. You know, I was actually thinking about like a sniper only game mode, and you can like one shot anyone with a sniper. But you know, you kind of have to think about it, like that works fine for like deathmatch, but for the capture mode, it's like really annoying if you just run up to the capture point, you get one shot, and then you have to like you know, respawn and run back. And then you'll just get one shot again, you have to run back. It's like, that part, it's a bit annoying. Maybe I can make some modifiers appear only for deathmatch, in which case something like that could work, like a sniper only mode, like one shot thing. I was thinking of one punch modifier, where you just like, if you punch someone, it instantly knocks them out. But instead, I settled on for something a little bit less overpowered. Let me show you. It's always hard to find this stuff. Heavy-handed, which does double damage with punches and triple the knockback. Oh, hey, McGamerson, do you already have bottomless mags? Infinite ammo? Yeah. Look, it's the first one right here, after vanilla. Let me see. Okay, so I think these are all done. What I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of this, keep it over to the side, just so I know what unit statuses I'm working with. And let's get to work. So this one will do uneven teams buff. Now for the status icon, so this is a buff that you get if you have uneven teams. Depending on how many people are not in your team, you'll get like an extra buff. So we need something that conveys a person icon, something like this. Let me scroll down a bit. Something like that. Except, yeah, I'm kind of limited by what kind of icons I can use here. There's not too many good ones. I could make my own. Ooh, this one's actually not so bad. Yeah, I kind of like this one. This one's pretty cool. Kind of makes you look like a buffed up character, right? He's got like the broad chest and he's fucking like flexing and and stuff. Like, that's not so bad. Let's do this one. Then for this one we got wait, no iframes. That's not the one that I need. Movement, adjustment. Oh no, wait, this one we have already. Let me see, infinite stamina. Okay, so this one's gonna be no fall damage. What could signify no fall damage? Probably something animal related, something light. Maybe wings, right? Probably the wings, right? The wings work the best. I don't really see anything else here that is good for no fall damage. Yeah, I'll probably go with the wings. Let's take one last look. Alright, wings it is. Alright, next one. Oh wait, we're supposed to actually link these, right? Yeah, we are. Forgot to do that. This one's gonna be no fall damage. But yeah, aside from this game, I haven't really worked on any other games. And to be honest, I don't even play that many games to begin with in Miliastra. So I'm not well too versed in like what games are out there already. I feel like a good creator should also be a good player, right? Play a lot of games, get a lot of ideas. That's like one thing I'm kind of lacking behind right now. I'm not really exposed to many games. Oh wait, reaction damage that I don't need. Disable gliding. Have you guys played McGamerson's game? It was Hallway Psychosis. Right, if I remember correctly, Hallway Psychosis. It's like a spooky game where you're like in the back rooms almost. Anybody here play that? Disable gliding. Let's see. Well, disable gliding works with the wings if I just cross it out in some way. Oh, here we go. This works. I know McGamerson was in the chat not too long ago. Oh wait, not this one. It's oopsies, I clicked on the wrong one. What am I doing? Disable gliding. Oh, you can monitor for 2 of them. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know you could do that. So you can monitor for 2 unit statuses and show the same icon. That's pretty good. In case you have like similar unit statuses. Although, I mean, yeah, I guess that has a pretty niche use case. Alright, this one, okay, so I already did the main ones. Now the modifiers. So I just realized I actually don't need this one for the iframes. And this one for the okay, I didn't do the reaction one. Okay, that's good. But I do need the spawn protection one. Although for spawn protection, I'm not sure what a good icon would be. I need something that shows temporary, or it doesn't even have to be temporary, just some kind of invincibility. Maybe this one? Like a clock icon, some kind of timer? It is temporary invincibility. That might be one possible. I don't understand why they have some icons that are so teeny tiny and then other ones that are like perfect and like amazing and they're so high quality. I wish they would all be like this. Get some vector icons in here. Ooh, this one looks kind of good. Right, for invincibility. Because it's like, you got like this angel with a, I guess, I don't know, it's like some kind of healing thing. Oh, this looks pretty whack actually. Yeah, I guess we could go for this one for now. I don't see anything better, so let's just do that one. These all have different ones, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, and this one. Okay, sprint disabled. Let's see, sprinting. So I guess a red boot would symbolize no sprinting, right? Surely. Recoil is my friend. I mean, that's actually like an interesting one, right? It doesn't only have to be the shotgun too, it can be any weapon, and like every weapon has its own little recoil amount. You can have like the pistol that basically does like nothing, it just pushes you back slightly, but then like a shotgun or a sniper, you get fucking launched back. Although that might be hard, that might be kind of terrible for the shotgun though, because the shotgun you have to be close to deal damage, whereas if you're constantly being put, you know, like you're constantly being thrown back by the recoil, you're doing like more harm than good for that. But it might be a nice way to like move while shooting in a sense where like it's hard to hit you. So that's an interesting one. Right, what are we doing? Oh yeah, the no sprint. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say a red boot is fine. Could go with this one for now. Okay, we got max move speed. Maximum move speed. That might be for this, right? This might be maximum move speed. That might be a good icon. Double HP. I already know what I want to do for that one. Wait, what? What is Mel? Maybe you could add a melee multiplier, so they are incentivized to use the movement to get close, so they can mel them to death. Melee. Oh, melee? Oh, probably melee. That's probably what you're saying. Melee, right? Yeah. I guess you could do that. Although, to be fair though, what you could do is you could just turn around and shoot, right? You could like aim away from them and then shoot to bounce back towards them. That's what you could do as well, if you think about it. It'll just be like a ping pong basically. You shoot them, you bounce away from them, and then you like shoot away from them to get close to them, and like just repeat that. Oh no, wait, not this icon. What icon do I want for the HP? Double HP. Yeah, so I was thinking of doing this one. This one looks nice. Although it does look kind of tiny for some reason. Is there another one that's a bit bigger in scale? This one's not so bad either. But this is more of like a healing one, not a double HP one. This would probably make more sense. I just don't like how it's so small. It's gonna be really tiny. But let's go for it. Let's see how it looks. We can always change it. Alright, jump disabled. Okay, for jump disabled, this is a nice icon for that. Makes it like heavy icon, like you can't jump because you're grounded to the floor. That's pretty good. And then I think this is the last one, disable climbing. I wonder if we have any climbing icons. Giant bullets. You know those bullets from Mario? I forget what they're called. Bonsai bullets, I think they're called. Wait, is it bonsai bills or let me see. Yeah, bonsai bills. Just spawn one of those and fucking kill everyone. Oh, here's a nice lightning one that I could use instead for the unlimited stamina. It's got like a color to it, you know? Or we could use this one. What would even shoot the bonsai bill? Like what weapon? A sniper? A deagle? What are these icons? Why are they so tiny? Whoa, we got the Triforce in here? What the heck? I'm not really seeing a good one for no climbing. No climbing, no climbing. I was thinking every gun just had giant bullets, but a big bullet gun sounds fun. Okay, well, I guess they can all shoot bonsai bills, that's fine. Different size bonsai bills, maybe? Like, we can't have the SMG shoot the fucking massive bonsai bills everywhere. This is bad. I don't see anything for climbing. I don't even know what I would, like, what kind of icon would even symbolize no climbing? Like, how do we make that? Oh, maybe this. Maybe this with, these two combos can make a custom asset. Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to look for, but I don't even see one for climbing at all. These all kind of have nothing to do with climbing. The only one that I see here is this one, because it's like a vertical scaling type of icon. So it kind of makes sense. I could just put this icon over it. Let's make a custom asset. What is it? 28 by 28, I think. Oh no, I think I made it back to 24. Not a text box. What am I doing? Image. Could do this and then just take the next one, make it red, put it on top, make it, what, 50? You can't see a thing like that though. Okay, let's make this smaller, 20 pixels. Maybe? Maybe this. Climbing, like, the hand icon. Oh, what the heck? That's the wrong image. Maybe this? No climbing, like you can't use your hands to climb. That makes sense, right? This might also indicate like you can't pick things up or something, but I guess this works. Because I really don't see anything else. Up icon. No climbing. Okay, this works too. This works pretty well as well. Yeah, let's go with this, whatever. Create asset. No climbing icon. We'll save it. And then we can, does this have, let me see. What's the, no climbing. There we go. Oh, it's the same asset icon. Oh, okay, it's the same ID. Okay. We'll just give it that. Cool. So we have our icons. Monitor entity variable player Oh, we gotta do this shit. Are you kidding me? Why can't you oh my god. I need to have a self variable on the player. Like, why? Whoa, 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 my Gamerson. What are you suggesting? Are you suggesting copyright infringement? Pirating? Breaking terms? Well, it's not breaking terms of service. Let me see. Alright, I guess we have to do... Man, why are they like this? Like, why do we have to do things like this? So we have to do on the player, we basically have to do self. Make it an entity. And then... I guess in my player behavior script that I have, we can just do... set custom variable self to self. Amazing. I don't know why this is necessary, but it is necessary. And now player themselves self. Alright, that works. Cool. So now we have... Okay, wow, it actually looks like it lines up pretty nicely since we have... How many of these do we have? 10? We have 10 and they fit very nicely in here. So that's nice. Let's do a save. And I guess we can just make it active right away. Let me see. Oh, not the scoreboard. Whoopsies. Alright. Let's see if it even works. Because I don't think you have to set anything up in the node graphs for it. It's just referencing the unit statuses that you have. Oh, but wait. I can't reference self-player because these are all that go on the character. Okay. Let's try one more time. Hold on. I need to do... character. Get current character. Here we go. That's what self has to be. And then let's change the variable name just so I'm not confused later on to self character. And in the UI, make sure that we're doing self character instead. Okay. It's a good thing I just remembered that. But yeah, unit status is like if you're affecting your movement speed or your HP, it's almost always going to be on the character, which I think all of my unit statuses are. Let's just click on everything and see if it works. Now, I believe this will work once the game starts, not during the waiting phase, so let's see. And nothing happened. But I can't jump, and I cannot sprint, so I know that I do have some unit statuses working on me. Okay, let's go check it out. I don't even, like, you can't even really debug this with a node graph, so. Let's see. Let me check the style, because the style is using the right unit status icon ID thing. It's a dynamic reference. Yeah, exactly, Spark. I mean, even I get them mixed up occasionally, you know? Like, I know the difference between them, but I'll still make the mistake of, like, mixing them up from time to time. But all these have their linked unit statuses set. Except for spawn protection, apparently. Oopsies. Oh, it's because... Wow, really? Even though... Oh, that's so weird. Okay, so I see the issue. This is something interesting, but... I made this status display area in the UI control library first, and then I added it to the inherent layout in my UI. And they're two separate references, so... It's not like if I... Oh my god, that's so weird. So even though this is the same reference to the one that I made in here, it's like its own reference, and it won't actually get the same... Okay, it's not actually going to listen to the same one. So instead what I'll do, instead of adding this to the inherent UI directly, I will have to use some node graph logic to activate it, you know, when the game starts. So let's do that. I am a little bit sick today, guys, so apologies for any sniffling. Can this connect? Hello? Alright, there we go. Status display. Okay, so now it should activate the one that we made initially, which is the one in here. And then this should have all the right references, hopefully. Oh, really, McGarrison? I always knew there was something with you. Alright, let's select all this one more time. Hey, there we go. Although they are all centered. I probably don't want them to be centered. And they are very small icons. Because they vary in size. Like, even though, like, they don't take up the full amount. Like, for example, this one has some padding on it. That's why it looks so small. Although it does work, so that's good. So it shows me that I have fast movement speed, I'm grounded, which means I can't jump, I have double HP, which is true, I cannot sprint, which is true, and then I have infinite stamina, which doesn't matter because I can't sprint or climb. Actually, where's the climbing one? I don't see the climbing one. climbing one is... Well, the climbing one uses a custom asset. Can we not use a custom asset when we reference it as an image? We should be able to. Or is it that the climbing... Is it that the climbing one is not referencing it properly? Let me see. Ah, I see. It's not referencing it properly. I might as well go through all of these and make sure that they are referenced correctly, which looks like they are. I guess it was just that one. This one doesn't need it. This one's good. No fall damage. Aha, another one. This one doesn't need it. This one doesn't need it. This one does. Okay. All right. So good. I guess we're good now. So, yeah, some of them are a bit small, which ain't good. It ain't good. What I could do to make it look a little nicer, maybe. Here's a cool trick what you can do. You can actually select the image, go to the static reference, and it doesn't matter what you pick, but you just want to change the color, let's say, right, to make a backdrop. So you'll change it to black, and then offset it slightly to, like, let's say 2 and -2, so it's like a bit to the bottom right, let's say, right? And then you'll change it back to a dynamic reference. You see? So you have the backdrop, and it keeps the color, even though in the dynamic reference, for some reason, you can't choose the color. But when you change the asset ID, it will be colored based on what you set with the static reference settings. So that's pretty cool. So I'll keep a backdrop just to make it look a little nicer. And then, might as well rename this to backdrop. Rename this to icon. And then I do want to change the double HP one. Let me see, this one right here. Now the double HP was using this icon. The reason, the issue with this is the actual icon has so much space that it doesn't use, so it needs to actually be bigger, right? Like this, or whatever. Like maybe 120 would be fine. Say, like, if I, oh, oopsies, if I make it 120, you see, like, now it's like a proper size, but it still has all this padding. So what I guess what I could do is either make a custom asset to make a bigger version, or just choose a different icon altogether. Although I do really like this icon. I mean, it looks cool. It's got like an effect on it and stuff. It's very nice. This looks so like cartoony, you know, so flat, so This has personality to it, you know what I mean? And then we just have the regular heart. So I guess I'll just make a custom asset, whatever. It is what it is. Let's get to it. So we'll make this one. Now this one is supposed to be 24 by 24, but we'll make it 30 by 30. I'm assuming 30 by 30 should look fine. We have another icon for reference here. 32 by 32. 38, maybe? That's my phone is ringing. Alright, 38 by 38 should be fine. Let's do double HP icon. Not GPHP. There we go. And then create, save as template. Wait. Oh, you have to make it a group? You can't just do it like that? What the heck? Huh. I guess I never tried to make an asset with just a single image before, so I guess it makes sense. Anyway. Let's use that instead and see if that works better. Let's go ahead and load it up. And while it's loading up, I'm going to go take a phone call because somebody is calling me. Okay, so in this case, it looks like... Hold on, let me get YouTube's chat back in here. But in this case, it looks like the icons are working, and they look pretty nice, but for some reason, when we're referencing the custom assets, it's duplicating it, but it's not keeping that color, which is honestly kind of unfortunate, because I was hoping the color would work. Spark? I don't think it's a bug, Spark. I think it's intentional. I think the bug is that they, or I wouldn't say it's a bug. I think it's just a missing feature that you can't choose the color during the dynamic reference selection. So, okay, so that's kind of a problem. Although the size I think was fine for the icon, it's kind of unfortunate that the black... backdrop doesn't work. So what are we supposed to do? Did I just make a custom icon for all of them? I guess I could have more control that way over what they look like. So I'm not against that, but for God's sakes, Miliastra, come on. I think it's because you can't color a asset. This is something that I learned a while ago, but you can't color assets when you're referencing them. So that's probably just like an intentional limitation of some kind. And so in this case, what I would have to do is I would just have to like manually create a backdrop for each one, which is like fucking hell, man. So I guess that's what we're doing. This is what needs to be done. Yeah, so you see something like this looks pretty cool in my opinion. It makes it more visible and adds a little style, you know? So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I guess while we're here, let's just add backdrops. You could probably just make a black backdrop. Well, okay, so the issue is... Well, yeah, well, actually, I don't know if you're saying that I should make a black backdrop for each of them or for just for this one separately. If I make it for this one separately, it's going to duplicate it because my style has the regular icon version. Where are they? Has the regular icon version, and then it has the backdrop. So if my style, or sorry, if my custom asset already has the backdrop, then it's going to make, like, the first icon, it's going to reference the ID. So it's going to have, like, the backdrop, and it's going to have a backdrop version, which is, like, it's going to be, like, a double asset with, like, 2 backdrops. So, yeah, I should just make custom assets for myself for all of it, which is fine, whatever. Not a big deal. Alright, no climbing icon. Let's do it. So these two, place them in. Oh, you have to place them one at a time. Oh my god, Miliastra, come on. Oof, that looks a bit weird. That's because I think this is the, okay, let me see, the cross, or like the no border, oopsies, the no border. So I think move down. Okay, this needs to be on top, this needs to be on top as well. No, this, hold on. Like this? Yeah, I guess that looks about right. Does look a bit weird though. Maybe we could change the image here. I was thinking about this, the hand icon. I feel like the hand icon works pretty well here as well. Yeah, I meant for all. It is tedious. I love and hate UI stuff. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's tedious and I'm just being like a little bitch complaining about all of this, but like, it's nice that we even have this feature to begin with when, you know, at some point we didn't have these features. But yeah, I guess this looks fine. It's just that the black kind of goes behind the red. What I could do is make the red... where is it? This one right here. I could just make it 100% like this. Yeah, that looks way better. Although you can't really understand what the hand is. Let me name these so I know what this is. Hand backdrop. Maybe I could reposition the hand. Ugh. That does look kind of weird. Because you can't really, like, the fingers get cut off. I don't think someone would really understand what this icon means with this. Check. Then there's this, which definitely was difficult to make sense of. Because the cross blocks it. Okay, what I could do in this case is not use a no sign like this and use an X. Do we have X's? Oh yeah, right here. X. Do I have a big X? Yes, we do. Although, again, that looks so weird. Why does this all look so weird? Put two hands. Well, I guess I could. But this hand is like... It's like angled. So how am I gonna... Okay, let me see. What, you're saying like this, right? Okay. Alright, let's do it like that. Let's do it like that. So we got two hands. Okay, so we got our right hand and our left hand. And then we flip this one. This one can be like Just like the 7.5 here. Minus 7.5 here. This is a weird icon, man. What are those hands doing? I don't know about this. Looks a bit weird. Oh my goodness. There's just not a good, like... It's not a good icon for... Okay, let me see. Let me look up Google. Let me look up for climbing icons. You're not going to be able to see it, but... Because all of these have, like, actual stick figures to them, so... Maybe I'll have to take McGamerson's advice and just make an actual icon out of some kind of generator. Although I don't think any of these would really look good as like icons at small scales. Alright, let's see. You know, there's a thing about ASCII characters where not all platforms like console or mobile will render them. Because I had like this dot, which is just the center of the screen. This used to be an ASCII character, it was literally just a dot. But some platforms wouldn't render them. And it's not like a dot like a period. It was like an actual ASCII character of like a dot. And I had some other things on the on some UI layouts where I was using like custom ASCII characters that looked like stars and stuff like that, like glitter. And they wouldn't appear either. So I'm very hesitant when it comes to using ASCII characters now, because it just might not appear at all. I don't even know if I'm assuming some consoles just don't support it, which is fine, but I don't know why on mobile. Like mobile is such a emoji-rich, like text-rich platform, so I wouldn't understand. Like at that point, it's probably like a Genshin limitation of some kind. All right, so let me see if this is causing. Maybe I could like angle it somehow. Let me see. I'll make the right hand a little smaller. Okay, it's already 20. Fucking hell. 18 by 18. Okay. And then I'll angle this a little bit so you could see it. That works, right? I think that's a good way of doing this. Because now you could see it's a hand now that I rotated it a bit. That's not such a bad look. Yeah, let's go with that. No climbing icon. Alright, 2 down, fucking like 8 to go or something. Alright, let's do... What's another one? Let me check my... let me screenshot those again so I know what we're working with again. So these are the default ones, right? And these are the modifier ones. Okay. Alright, so disable sprint. Sprint disabled icon. Might as well get creative with these since we're making assets anyway. And I guess they can all follow the same pattern of anything that's disabled will just have this no icon on it for consistency. We could do this one, I suppose. Let me see. Oh no, wait, this one was for max speed. Maybe max speed will do another one. I like this one for sprinting. It's literally a guy sprinting. But yeah, you can't see anything with this no sign on it. Ugh, what a pain in the butt, bro. Well, maybe what we can do instead is have something like this. Put a no icon somewhere at the bottom of it instead. Yeah, you think so? Okay, nice. Let's go with that then. Oh, so this is with a -1. Maybe -1 looks better than -2. Let me see. We'll try it out. Oh, whoopsies. I need to add 2 here. And let's make it 6.5 here. Yeah, I think doing it by 1 instead is better. Let me see. 1 pixel off instead of 2. Because then it's like too much of a gap. And it's hard to tell what you're looking at. Yeah! Yeah, this looks so much better. It looks so much better. Might as well make it 24 by 24 for each of these now. Let me see. And let's make this a little bigger as well. Let me see. No icon. What, 14 by 14 maybe? That looks pretty good, right? That's not 14. That's 14. Maybe 12 by 12. Yeah, 12 by 12. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, I like this. And then let me go edit back the no climbing icon to have a similar look. 3.75.5. Okay. Well, this is a different icon, so I'll have to move the no. Probably something like that. Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright, next one is disable jumping. Okay. Jump disabled. So the no icon we can keep the same. For the jumping, however... Oh, actually for this one we wanted to do a grounded icon, right? Because this one makes sense. It's like heavy almost, like you can't jump because you're grounded down. I don't think there were any jump icons either. Like there wasn't any characters jumping that I could find. So I guess we'll stick with that then. It does break the consistency a little bit, but that's fine. It's what the icons tell you, right? Yeah, I guess this is the only one I could use here. And then we don't need a no icon. Yep, that works. Alright, this one's gonna be gliding disabled. Icon. Nah. Oh, that's funny. Look, they also have an icon that looks exactly like it. You have your icon and then the no is in the bottom right corner. So hey, I guess I'm onto something. So this is like a gliding icon. And they could add... The only thing is like it's a circle, so... I don't know if it'll look good. But what I was gonna say is... If I change this icon to this... Icon backdrop to this... Yeah, that doesn't really look right because you can't really tell what it is, and two circles doesn't really look good. Maybe an X instead would look better. Nope, you still can't tell what that is. Alright, a different icon then. Yeah, this one looks good. Could probably color this one too, make it give it like an animo-ish color. Actually, let's go see what's the official animal color. It is this one. Okay, let's see. 80 FFD7. That's the animal color. And then can you search by ID? Of course not. Why would you be able to do something normal? No, no, no. Okay. And then so 12 by 12. Where was it for this one? .75 and 4.5. Okay, nice. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I like this this version. It does look cleaner. Looks way better. All right. So that's done. Let's do another one. This one will be for max move speed. Probably for this, right? I think that's what we're going with. Do I want to change the color of it though? Oopsies, this. Nah, yellow probably makes more sense, right? Yeah, we'll keep that. Max move speed. Icon. Okay. Double HP. Okay, so I already have the double HP icon. That's done. Disable jumping, disable climbing, max move, disable sprint. Okay, so these are done. I can X out of this. And then uneven teams buff. This also works for the uneven teams because it shows like a team buff because it's like 2 people, right? Which icon do I want more? Although this one does look kind of weird, if I'm being honest. Like, it's a little... like you can't really understand what it is. Looks almost like a face of some kind. Like 2 eyes, you got like the mustache or something. I don't know, like teeth. Nah, this one looks better. Yeah, that one looks way better. Might even color it. Might as well. Make it yellow? Golden? What color looks nice for this? Probably a nice golden color. Like this. Yeah. And since we have the ability to create our own assets, let's have this arrow up icon. Where is it? This one. 12 by 12. Move it here. At the top. Buff arrow. What color? White maybe? Greenish? Greenish color. Make it smaller. 10 by 10. Does that look good? Well then, I guess in this case, I make the icon white, but the buff arrow becomes green. That's probably the way to go about this. Yeah, something like that. Alright, infinite stamina. So for this, there was an energy icon, which I liked. So I guess we'll just keep that. Yeah, that looks good, right? else is left? Spawn protection, no fall oh wait, no fall damage. Yeah, no fall damage. That's what we need to do. I don't know what the icon for fall damage was. What's a good icon that indicates you don't take fall damage? Probably something like this. Right? Maybe? No. That's more for gliding. I can't do that. And we already have one that looks like this. Huh. Yeah, this one I'm not too sure about, actually. It's the same. Same issue as last time. I wasn't sure what to do, really. By the way, I know I've been streaming for quite a while, but can anyone tell me if the audio's okay? Because I'm not actually listening to the stream itself. I'm only assuming that the music and my microphone and whatever is fine. Maybe boots with a shield icon. Okay. That's actually not a bad idea. Audio sounds good to me. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Boots with a shield icon. Let's see. There are some shield icons here, but they don't have anything good, so let's see if we can make a custom one. Oh man, imagine if it was something like this, but with a boot instead of a sword. Alright, boot icon, shield icon. The boot has to go over the shield, so put that on top. Let me see. Oh, and the shield icon, let me see. Yeah. Icon. Okay, perfect. This should be maybe the bigger version, so it's cleaner. And here's the boot. Actually, all the boot icons are a bit like small and pixelated, which I guess is fine because they are going to be pretty small icons anyway. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, let me make this small, like 10 pixels. Oh, that is teeny tiny. Never mind. Let's do. Wait, how big is this one? 24? Okay, so 16. Okay, the shield icon is transparent, so let's. Is there something better that we could do? Like a non-transparent shield icon. Why are they all transparent? Oh, here we go. What do you think about this? Looks pretty decent. And maybe some color? Nah, white looks good. Hey, Cronkinator. Classic. Yeah, man. We'll do a Chevreuse only. Oh, no, wait. Chevreuse and, what's her face? I know McGamerson mains her. Clorand. Chevreuse versus Clorand. We'll have a... I think, is there anyone else that uses guns? I don't think so. I think that's it. Dude, I actually wouldn't be able to make, like, probably half the stuff in Conquest, in Classic mode. So many things that are just, you know, so many limitations, unfortunately. Yeah. I wonder what their plan for it is, though. Like, surely they gotta be cooking something in the background. Well, actually, I wouldn't be sure of anything, because it could just be like, I think that, what do you think? They made Classic mode just as an excuse to just be able to give you something, but they gave you the bare minimum, and they're like, here, have fun. I feel like it would look better to place the shield icon on top of the boot at the same place you put the no icons on the other icons for consistency. Oh, okay. That's a fair critique. Let's try that version out. Most of the missing features in Classic mode are actually just hidden. They're fully functional if you manage to import them somehow, so they really just wait, really? What? Well, you mean like if you make the, I know there's like, GIA to, like GIA converters, you could like, change the mode from Classic to, Beyond or whatever. Is that what you're talking about? Like if you kind of import a Beyond mode asset into Classic mode, it'll work? That's actually fucking hilarious. That's so funny. What? Why would they do that? Oh my god. What? They probably notice how like maybe nobody like plays it or something and they don't want to waste their time on it. That's got to be it, right? All right, so you think this is better, Spark? You can even import in-game save data. Oh, wow. So then if you do import the in-game save data, like how can you access it though? Is like does the button for access like appear all of a sudden if you import it? I would assume not. All right, so we have this and we have this. The only thing is I feel like you kind of can't understand that it's a boot icon, even though you kind of can, but like it's... Should I move it down? Let me see. Let's do 10. Make this 9. Is that better? Oh shit, it does? What? Oh, so then that's just fucking evil corporate stuff, whatever they're doing. There's no way. The menu option doesn't magically appear, but you know how in-game save data is just a custom variable. You can include it and open. Oh, I see. So the menu behind the menu exists, but the actual menu is not there. That's interesting. Alright, so I guess I'll be doing this one then. For consistency. Okay, sure. I like it. No problemo. What else we got? Spawn protection. Okay. It's so funny how long this little thing takes. What did I do for spawn protection that one time? I forget. This clock icon is pretty nice, I guess. Although it's very blurry. Goodness, man. Like, what's even the point of it? There's this timer icon, which looks nice. I forget what I was going for with the invincibility, the temporary invincibility. Well, I guess I could just check. What do I have right now? $102,033. Oh, this one. Okay. And this one. Fair enough. Can I color this to make it look nice? Well, I wouldn't say nobody will notice this, but yeah, I know what you mean. Most of the things, most of the features you implement are like missed by most people, but there is also like that subconscious take on everything where like people do notice it, they just don't realize they notice it. They don't make that conscious like note, you know, but people still do notice it. But people who do make a conscious effort to like look at everything and experience it, those are the people we do this for. Alright, how about this color for... because you do get a yellow glow when you have that invincibility. I think this works fine. Let's I think that's everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. Let's do an edit on the style. Yeah, exactly. You get it, you get it. So now we go through these again, one by one. And, oh shit, I have to, man, you can't like search the library, so let me see, how do we do this? These are probably going to be off by 1 each, right? Let me see. 7. Okay, this is 5 to 8. 5, 4, 7. Okay, they're just some random ass numbers. Okay, never mind. Well, probably because I saved them in weird orders because I kept copy pasting. Okay, so let's do it this way. Icon. Okay, these right here. I'm gonna screenshot this. Actually, do you guys see me screenshotting? What does it look like for you when I screenshot? Let me see. Oh, it just shows nothing. My cursor disappears. Okay. Anyway, so now that I have this, the icon numbers, we could do this. Alright. Infinite stamina icon 107 38 066. Oh wait, 107 38 066. And then let me see, 06, it looks like it goes until 06 and then the last 3 digits change. So I'll just copy this and then the last 3 digits I'll put in manually. Infinite stamina icon. So 639, okay. And this one, uneven team buff, where was it? 623. No fall damage. 661. Disabled 547. But finally, after like almost 2 hours of this, how long has it been actually? I don't know. Almost 2 hours it feels like, but it could be longer or shorter. Anyway, after a long time, we're finally finished. We can test it out nicely. Maximum speed 611. 562, and the last one, disable climbing 477. Alright, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's check it out. The moment I've been waiting for. I'd like to say you all, but I feel like everyone who's watching is actually quite bored already. What are you guys still doing here? I've been typing numbers for the last fucking 2 hours. Hey, nice. Look at that. Ooh, but you know what? This health icon is the I feel like no one's gonna really be able to see us unless you're watching on a computer. But this health icon that has the, oh wait, what the heck is wrong with this one? Did I use the same icon accidentally for something? Anyway, the health icon has a backdrop of 2 pixels off instead of 1, and I feel like that looks better. So I'll probably change it to that, but for some reason this one is a duplicate icon. Alright, so 103144. Okay, now these are all referencing correct IDs. Okay, so maybe it's something wrong with one of these assets. Let's see. Oh, I see. We do have an overlap of icons. Okay. Maybe there's another icon for increased movement speed. Let's see. I think I'll do the same thing that I did for the fall damage one. Let me see. No fall damage. But I'll change. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll change. Okay, let's do it this way. Wait, I can't. Oh, right, place. Now I'll just change the shield icon to that lightning icon. I think that looks pretty. I think that'll look pretty good. Something like that, I think, looks pretty good. What's with the cat face, McGamerson? Should probably move this up a bit, actually. pretty good. But I will have to do the backdrop for everything one more than it is now. So I think that looks better. Yeah, that does look better. Looks way better. Alright, so I guess I'll change that. Yeah, because I was zooming in like this and it looked fine, but when you zoom out, yeah, rookie mistake right there. You gotta pretend like you're actually playing the game. But I'm happy to know that it is all working properly. That's nice. Yeah, that looks so much better from far away. I don't know about this though. Was this already 2? Let me see. Let's move it back. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, some of them you have to make them a little custom. That's fine. Yep, that looks pretty good. Seven, 5, 5, and 6. Perfect. Nice. Alright, this should be all of them. Now I'm going to save everything. Alright. Let's do a test play. And now it's gonna look perfect. First try, never before done. It's gonna look amazing. Well, let's confirm, or let's start up without choosing any modifiers first. Alright, so we got infinite stamina, we got fall protection, and we got, what is this, no gliders? Is that really everything? Also, I think we skipped one with the no fall damage or something. Did I not save it? Or something doesn't look right there. But let me check. So, is that really everything? Infinite stamina, no fall damage. Oh, I guess I didn't check the spawn protection. I should try that. But okay, I'll take a look at that in a second. Actually, let's just do it now. Disable gliding. Oh yeah, gliding. Yeah, gliding is disabled. Okay, so that showed up properly. I'm gonna pay attention, make sure that the temporary spawn protection shows and then goes away. Okay, so it doesn't. Oh, I actually don't have the temporary spawn protection now that I look at it. I have to die for that. Alright. Let me go die for that. I have to turn on dev mode. Gotta turn on the hacks. Alright. So to turn on the hacks, we go to the dev cube. This is the dev cube. And we just simply make it initially effective. And what that allows me to do is it, you know, a lot of my logic in the code has like a dev check rule where I enable and disable certain stuff and change the way certain things work. As you can see, no, I guess you can't see. Wait, what the heck? Wait, hold on. Did I not turn it on? I didn't turn on dev mode. I might have I might have turned on the collision accidentally instead. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm retarded. I put on the collision instead. Whoopsies. Might as well just turn off all these things anyway. Yeah, initial create is what I need, not the native collision. Alright, so now we're gonna have dev mode. Yeah, there we go. You see this big dev mode watermark. Oh, I should probably disable this button when the game starts as well. See, it's a good thing that we're in dev mode. Anyway. So if I kill myself... Yep, there we go. I have this. Why do I have the uneven team buff? Alright, that's because you get it on respawn. Not immediately. I should change that part. Alright, so how this part works, I should probably lower this. I'm sorry, is the music from the game too loud, by the way? I should probably take a look at that setting. The game audio set to max. I should probably make that like much quieter. I'm sorry if I'm blasting anyone's ears when the music is on. If anyone wants to let me know. But okay, so that did go away at least. Let me try that again. Alright, nice. So the uneven team buff, you still get the buff, you just get 0 of it. That's kind of how it works, which might be a little confusing to people. Not sure how to... It is a tad loud? Okay. I made it a little lower. Is it fine the way it is right now? Is that fine now? Alright, cool. Alright. I'm probably gonna have to take a break soon, because I've been at this for a while. I wanna go eat. But, alright, there's one thing I wanted to look at, which was the fall damage. Did I not set this to the right backdrop settings? Let me see. I didn't. Okay, yeah. Alright, there we go. I don't know actually how to get around that, because I have this buff that I give to everyone, uneven team buff. And it starts out at 0, it starts out at nothing. And then if there is uneven teams, if there are uneven teams, then I'll change the values to, you know, whatever they should be. But everyone always has this buff, it's just set to 0 if there's no buff to be given. So this will always be displaying like they have it. Even if the value here is 0. And there's no like Boolean filter or something that I could put on to you know, not show it. Like, oh man, this is kind of weird. Interesting. Because you see this part right here, it will get the team balance buff values, which is, you know, how much how much buffing a team should get depending on if they're in an uneven team. And then it will add the unit status with these values in it. So if it's like you need like you know, like another 2500 health or another 5000 health or attack or whatever it is, basically just gets it for you. But this is based off of a modifier multiplier. And let me see. No, but this is based on if you have less players on your team. So this part's a bit tricky. let me think. This also happens when a player leaves. You also get this unit status. Is it the same logic here? It sure looks like it. Whoa, this is not the music I want to listen to. Coldplay, where'd you come from? I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but what happened to the... Here's a good one. Well, it's not even when it's one person. Even if it will be like a 2v2, for example, it's even teams, and you'll still have this unit status on you. You just won't have any, you know, buffing values on the unit status. It's always applied to you. What I'm thinking is... Let me see. Also, this is the same logic, right? I could just make this into a composite node of some kind. Okay, what is this thing pointing to? Oh, I see. Yeah, this could be turned into a composite node. Let me see. Alright, so here's what I'll do. Because how this works is when the player respawns, it will go through the unit status list. Hold on, Spark. Maybe disconnect the unit status and add another unit status, but only for show. Then you can make it only show up in certain conditions instead of when they have the actual unit status. So yeah, something similar. Basically, like how I have it now is when the character revives, it goes through a custom variable of all the unit statuses on them and applies it, right? So what I'll do is, now initially, let me see, what do we have? What's the unit status ID? 146. So yeah, it is the part of the initial set of unit statuses. So what I could do is I could get rid of this initial set and only add it if there's reason to add it. So for example, when a player leaves, I'll check if teams are uneven, and if it is, I'll add the unit status. And same with the player setup. Whenever teams are made, I'll do the same thing where I'll check if there's like an uneven team, and if there is, I'll add the unit status. But in this case, what I'll do is, after I add the unit status to the player, I'll add it to the unit status list on them that gets used when they get revived. I'll only add it to that list if it's done with this logic. Yeah, it's not going to be there by default, basically, is what I'm saying. It's only going to be added if this type of logic runs when a player leaves or when teams are set. I'll do it that way, only if it doesn't exist in the list already. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll make this part a composite node. and you will see shortly what I'm trying to do. Right. Now, this composite node, what do we call it? Set uneven team buff. Now the iteration list is going to be a player list, or is it a character list? I believe it's a character list if I'm not mistaken. Well, this one uses player. Wait, this one uses player? Why does this use player? Oh no. Did I just find a bug? I think I might have, hold on. What about the player setup? Yeah, this uses characters. Oh, so I did find a bug. But that's weird. I've tested this before and it does work. Why? But this shouldn't be applied to players. This should be applied to characters. But this gets, yeah, this takes a player, spits it out. A player list, I mean. Whoopsies. The player has a team buff multiplier. No, it's the character that has it. Wait, what the fuck? Oh no, what have I done? Classic mistake. We were talking about this earlier, where I mix up the player and the character. I don't realize that I'm using a player instead of a character. Yeah, this should be a list of character entities, not a list of player entities. Because these, how have I not caught this though? I feel like this worked. This definitely did work. When people leave, I would still get the buff. What? Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. I have a bug in my code or my node graphs that works. That never showed me any issues. But logically, like I just looked at it, it makes sense that it would be incorrect. So I don't understand what I mixed up here. Yeah, a bit weird. Gotta kill those bugs. Yeah. Really confused though. Alright, anyway. So, let's fix some bugs then. This value is for the how uneven the teams are. What's the difference? So, team difference goes here. And then output comes this way. Oh, and another thing, actually, before I do this, I shouldn't even have done it there, but when the loop completes, what I need to do is, oh no, not when the loop completes. After I add the unit status, I gotta take the character, and I have to check, well, get the custom variable first. Unit statuses, right? Now here what I do is, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, my bad, just clicked something on my keyboard and something popped up. Alright, what I'll do is, list includes, first I want to check if the list includes the value. But this is a list of config IDs. So if the list, if my unit status list doesn't contain this uneven team buff, then I will add to it this uneven team buff. And that's it. This prevents it from ever being added more than once, and it means that I can get rid of it at the start, and then only if this logic runs at any point, then we'll add this into the list, and then, okay, so there we go. That works wonderful. Wonderfully, I should say. Works wonderfully. Alright. Let's do a X out of this. Actually, what was this connected to? Okay. Wait, what? Player duration? Yeah, that's another bug right there. Because this is going through each player, and then this is going through each character, so that's no good. This needs to happen one time. Okay. Discovering some issues. That's good. Discovering issues is part of the job. Sometimes you write the logic like late at night or when you're not really thinking much about it, you know, you're just kind of like trying to get things done with. And you miss these things that look so obvious to you in hindsight. You know, even if you kind of know what you're doing, it's still like, it happens all the time, man. I always catch myself creating such like terrible bugs. It's like how did I write this up? How did I not catch this earlier? It happens from time to time. But anyway, it should be good now. So after each player gets their notification, I guess I could just put this afterwards then. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I could just put this after. Let's do it this way. Yeah, this way we set the uneven team buffs and then we'll notify them that notify players of uneven team buff. There we go. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and see if this works. First, however, I have to go ahead and get rid of it from here. Okay. And another thing, if this is not happening immediately, oh no, actually it should be fine. Alright, let's do it. Alright, and then if I were to, well, let me play it out first. Oh no, I am getting it though. Alright, time for the log. Oh, you guys are not gonna see the log though. That's fine. Oh, actually, I think I know why. I think it's because ultimately I do have the unit statuses on the stage entity. Because I have the unit statuses built on the stage entity first, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just confirm that. It's on the player setup. Yeah, build unit statuses. Oh, okay. And then I set the unit statuses on the characters. Let me see. Yeah, that's why. That was the unit status list on the character was just a precaution, but I shouldn't have this here. Oh, okay. We might actually be okay. Okay. Nice. There we go. Now it's working properly. Very good, very good. And for me to test this, I can just do a team deathmatch, because a team deathmatch will have this whatchamacallit, uneven team buff, because it'll just be, oh wait, I clicked on FFA. It will have the uneven team buff since it's a team deathmatch and it's just me on one team. So it's technically 1v0, which is uneven. Okay. Since Team B has fewer players, Team B will start. Okay, but that didn't happen, so let's see what happened. Oh goodness, there's So many player setups are back. Oh. Here we go. Oh no, wait, yeah. Wait, no. This works because I'm on the team with the most players, so there's not really a way to test it, actually. I would need another player. Is anyone watching the stream available for a test play? For a couple minutes? Spark is down. All right. Nice. Thank you. But this is on NA, okay? In case you didn't know already. And then while I'm waiting for you, okay, you're on NA? I bet. I don't know if you're in the Discord server or not, but if you're not, you could just put the UID in the chat on YouTube, I guess. Or if you want to send me on Discord, it's up to you. Alright, cool. Actually, before I do all of this, I'm just gonna go ahead and save the test, save the file. Okay. Let's invite 631 723 779. Vicious Park. Wait, actually, does this even work with just you and me? Hold on. It might be possible if I do some shenanigans really quickly. Hold on. Where do I set the max pre-team size? I believe it's here. Yeah, for dev mode, let me just set it to like 8 or something, or 7. And then I'll have to invite you. Alright. My screen freezes on getting test played. Okay, no problem. That does happen. It might be because I just updated the room. So I'll kick you out and then I'll add you back in. It should be fine at that point. Let's try it again. Oh, that's not the UID. Today's invites Spark. Hey, there we go. Although I do have to update the stage again. Because I just changed something. Alright, so Spark, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start and then just click on the vote for the team deathmatch, and then you don't have to vote for any modifier, but then once you're done voting for the modifier, I'm gonna invite you to a team. Alright, using the team selection in the game, you can you'll see a button on the left side. It says team selection, so just join my team. Okay, this should work. Oh, actually, it might. Okay, this might not work because it's still gonna be an uneven team anyway, but we'll see. So do team deathmatch, click on no modifiers, and then I'll invite you to a team. If this doesn't work, then I won't bother you anymore, just because we're gonna need like another test player for this. Alright, try to join my team. I just invited you. You probably didn't do it. Oh wait, but we're still on the same team anyway, because... Oh yeah, I increased the... Alright, so I guess that's fine. Now, I'm curious if when you leave, will you gain... Will I gain a buff? Hold on. Feel free to just play around for now, but let me just check something. On player leave, let's see. Max team size, subtract. Oh, where'd you go? Alright, I'm just curious, what happens if you leave the game, if you just abandon the challenge? Actually, before you do that, maybe it's better if I log it first. Oh, you left. Okay. Oh, okay, nice. So I do get the buff. Perfect. Nice, because the max team player size, that's 8. Okay, perfect, perfect. So it does work. And I get the icon. Beautiful. Now, if I kill myself and respawn, it still shows. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Very good. No worries, Spark. It's perfectly fine. I should have I should have thought about it sooner. But yeah, it's working, so that's good. The logic is working. I'm happy. By the way, Spark, I wasn't sure because you did ask, I think, in the chat, no modifiers as in vanilla. So you could have just chosen nothing, just click confirm selection, like if you don't want to choose anything, or you could have chosen vanilla, it's fine. Like both would have worked. But I'm curious, if you hover over it on mobile, probably have to tap on it. Alright, never mind. Yeah, you just let the timer run out. Yeah, that's fine. That does the exact same thing either way. Alright, perfect. Very good. Thank you, Sparks. I appreciate it. Everything is working as expected, which means I can go and take a break and eat peacefully. Oh, and I'm not even streaming it because the Miliastra sandbox thing was here the whole time. Fucking hell. Keep forgetting about that thing with OBS, but I think it should be fine now. Alright, anyway, we're good. We're very good. Alright, cool. Alright, so then I guess I'll go for now. May or may not stream a little bit more often if I have time to do so. But we'll see how it goes. For now, though, I think that's enough for me. I think I've been streaming for well over 3 hours now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break now. I think it was, you know, for what it's worth, in 3 hours, it was rather productive. Fixed some bugs, implemented some new things, and oh, right. Before I forget, I was reminded by my map designer that this thing has a marker on it as well. Elevator. Stand on this to move to the upper level of what? The electro building? Or maybe not to the upper level, but to a higher vantage point. Let's just do it that way. Oh, and I guess I would have to make all these clickable so that you could actually click and see their description. So before I leave, let's make sure I get all that working properly. Okay, nice. Alright, pretty good, pretty good. I guess there was one more thing, which was the ping object. Here we go. Okay. So if I were to click on this, nice. There we go. Cryo capture point. Lever. And then gondola. Use this to travel from the hydro capture point to the cryo capture point and back. This is great for letting the team when in use. Nice. Very good. And this equipped sign is also new. Perfect. As heavily requested, I also added a cooldown for the grenades, so technically there is an unlimited stock now. Unless you play with the limited stock modifier. You can throw your grenades as much as you wish. On a cooldown, of course. Alright, so cool. I'm glad it's all working well. Makes me happy. Been working on this whole update for like the last week, so it's pretty good. Alright, but yeah, I'll see you guys maybe in a future tutorial or on a next live stream. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. It was fun hanging out with you guys. Thank you, Spark, also for the test play. Much appreciated. So I'll see you guys later.